So I decided to plant a couple of radishes, even though it's kind of getting late in the season. Those 2 rows back there I planted, and then a row right there I planted. One of the cool things about radishes is that you can actually put them in between your carrots down here, and it'll actually help space your carrots for you. That's just something interesting about radishes, because carrots take longer than radishes to grow. Radishes take like 25 to 30 days. Whereas, you know, they'll be done by the time your carrots are ready. I didn't plant any in with my carrots, but I may try that. My zinnia is looking pretty good over here that I planted. It's growing. And so these carrots from the fall have now went to seed. I'm going to go ahead and let them seed. I don't know what variety they are, but that's okay. I'm going to let them seed, and hopefully they'll give me some more carrots. Might as well. So you can see I got most of my garlic up, but there's some that haven't even had the scapes come up yet, so they're not anywhere close to being ready. So I'm going to let those go a little bit further. Juicy strawberries, not quite ready, but they sure do look yummy. So we got a notice in the mail from our city council stating that our back neighbor wants to build a different fence. They want to put up a new fence. And so all of these tomato plants are going to have to be moved without getting damaged. This fence is pretty new, so it's not new, it's a few years old, but it's not that old. So I'm not sure why they want to replace it, but I mean, that's okay. I'm just going to have to figure out what I want to do with these. It kind of puts a damper on things, but I definitely want to move them before they get bigger. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. We've had so much rain that I'm really worried about the blight and other fungal diseases getting on these tomatoes. I just don't think they have good airflow over here anyway. So I'm just gonna figure out what I'm gonna do. I definitely want more airflow. Definitely, you know, this was the first time ever doing this over by the fence, which probably wasn't wise, but that's okay. It's a learning process. It's what we all do, right? I have a couple jalapenos over here. There's one. And here's another one. Oh, that one came off. Is that jalapeno? Yummy. I'll go ahead and take that one off too. Let's see. I think that's all on that plant. I have some peppers over here ready too. I don't know if these are shishito or if they're wax peppers. Not 100% sure, but there's a few. That's awesome. There's a couple more over here. Go over here. Not step on any of these that I have planted in the ground. There's another one. There's a couple peppers. It's pretty cool. I'm no longer harvesting off of these sugar snap peas. I'm actually going to let what is on here mature fully so that I can keep the seeds from them. This is one of the ways you can be sustainable, is by keeping your seeds from your harvest. I know I have one on here that had gotten pretty big to show you kind of what it should look like. See this? It's definitely one I want to keep seeds from. That's going to be really nice. I'm going to let it dry out. It'll be nice for seed storage. Every seed you keep helps your future to not have to purchase more seeds from other people. And it helps you to be more sustainable for growing your own food and not worrying so much about the supermarket. So any seeds you keep, it's worth it. So my asparagus is also up against this fence, but I have a lot of asparagus in there. So actually, I mean, if some of it got damaged when they're replacing the fence, it's not a huge deal. But I definitely don't want them to mess up this bed, because it is one I plan on keeping for a while. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. This is one of my favorite places to look at, because it just reminds me of, like, I don't know, a little secret garden or something. It makes my heart so happy, and it's just so peaceful. And I just love going over here and walking through this little path in this little garden. You don't have to have a lot of space. I mean, this is only 8 feet by 16 feet right here, but it grows a lot of food in that little space. I have a little volunteer tomato plant right here in between my 2 green stalk planters. and I don't think it's going to actually get much sunshine, so it's probably not going to stay there. But I figure I'd let it grow, see what happens. But you can see how spindly and thin it is because it's stretching out to try to reach the sun. So I don't think it's going to last very long. My spinach began bolting, so I started pulling those up out of here. I'll let these two squash plants go ahead and keep growing. There is a little bit of spinach still left in here, but I went ahead and planted some more lettuce and spinach and kale. I know it's really late in the season to do that, but the reason why I did it is because we've had such cool temperatures here in Texas. I figured I would at least try and give it a chance. This is where I planted my lettuces. It gets more shade over in this area. Still gets a good amount of sunshine, but it does get a lot more shade, so I think that they may actually do okay here. Not 100% sure. Oh, look, got a little tiny sproutling right there. Yay, and over there too. Yay. Okay, well that's the Parris Island lettuce and the Red Sails lettuce, which is cool because those are seeds that I saved from my own harvest last year. And so those are not ones that I had to go and buy. Didn't have to spend any money on those. Anyways, I hope y'all have a blessed day. Thank you for spending time with me.